Now, from Toledo's new...
Well, it's always difficult to deal with tragedy, but it can be especially difficult during the holidays. Here to talk about the best ways to cope is Audrey Rumler from Promedica Hospice. Audrey, thank you for being here. This is a topic that so many people struggle with every year, not just maybe the first year after that initial loss, but what can families do to maybe ease some of the challenges?
One of the things that families can do is to have a plan. Many times families find themselves saying, I don't want to be the damper to the family celebration. And many times the expectation of that particular holiday is more difficult than the actual holiday itself.
Mm-hmm. What kind of plan? What could somebody, how do you make a plan like that? What's involved?
One of the things that I often tell families is let your family know what will work the best for you. Lots of times families have lots of invitations and they want them not to be alone.
Sure.
And so, but sometimes families can't take, when they're grieving, they can't take a lot of stimulation.
Sure.
To be with a lot of people that maybe perhaps they don't know, 20, 30, 40 people in a celebration. So tell your families, you know, I might come and I might just have dessert, or I might come and spend part of my day, but I'm not going to spend all day.
Okay. What can as a family member or a friend, how can you make that easier on somebody who is grieving, dealing with a loss?
See if that individual will tell you exactly what they need. It's easier to have someone tell you what they need rather than you try to guess.
Sure. How can you be sure that you're not making it worse? I suppose I know some people may not want to even bring up the subject. How can you be sure that you don't make it worse?
I always smile when families say, you know, I really don't want to say that to the person. I don't want to speak their name. And I will say, do you think that they're really not thinking about their loved one during this time? Certainly they are.
Sure.
And so sometimes just being able to talk about your loved one who has died is so helpful. It's the not being able to talk about them which is more hurtful.
Okay. And I know, you know, for some people it may be obvious, but for other folks not. What is it about the holidays that is particularly difficult in dealing with loss?
One of the things is in the holiday that we celebrate so many traditions. Maybe dad is the one who always cut the turkey. Maybe mom was the one that always made the cookies. And when that doesn't happen, that tradition doesn't happen. And when those traditions and those expectations are not met, it makes us feel even more sad and a little less safe than what we have in the past.
Sure. I guess, what would be your one message for somebody who maybe is in this situation right now at home, maybe watching?
To tell families what you need, help them grieve, also to model. Sometimes people will say, I don't want to cry. Well, the truth is you might model for somebody else that it's okay to cry, and to remember that those are love tears, not always just sad tears.
Okay, Audrey, thank you so much for this information. Stay with us. WTOL 11, Your Morning Sunday, is back after this.